Hi there, everyone. Welcome once again to the TrainAid HQ. We are looking at Unit 3 of the Level 4 Certificate in Education and Training. This is question 2.1, and we are looking at a variety of different communication methods, and we are just reflecting on how we use these within our very own teaching practice. So we've looked at a verbal communication. Now we're just going to look at non-verbal communication as well. So for this assignment question, as we know, we need to think about two examples of non-verbal. You can, of course, use any from the list. You need to explain how you use them within your teaching practice, the strengths of these methods, and the limitations as well. So two strengths and one limitation. So I am going to just have a look at this section here. So I wrote non-verbal there. You can, of course, include a photo of you teaching if you wish. So as we can see here, this is one of my colleagues delivering a first aid course, providing non-verbal instruction. So she's pointing to the whiteboard there and pointing to the slides, delivering a first aid course and topic. So with regards to the communication method then, so what we need to do is we need to think of basically two examples of non-verbal communication that you use within your own teaching practice. So for this assignment answer, I've just summarized the key points, but it's very much the same as before. So we're looking for a paragraph of information per section. I've listed the key points and I will explain these, of course. So with non-verbal communication, the first method I've selected is hand signals. Okay, so hand signals are a fantastic way of highlighting to learners that they're on the right track. They're quick and easy to demonstrate. So a thumbs up gesture, pointing is a fantastic way of ensuring that learners are on the right track. So they provide support, they provide reassurance, and hand signals such as OK, a thumbs up, they're used universally recognized as well. So I use these once again to protect my own voice, because when you are using hand signals, they're just quick, they're easy, and learners understand that they're on the right track, they're performing the right skills. They don't need to be told what to do. They don't need to be told that they're on the right track. So I think hand signals are a fantastic way of providing learners with reassurance that what they're doing is in fact the correct method as well. And it's just quick and easy. I think it's very powerful to perform hand signals there. The next method of nonverbal communication is physical demonstration. So a lot of the courses I deliver are first aid courses where I show how to perform, for example, CPR, the primary or secondary survey if you've ever been on a first aid course. But physical demonstrations are a great way for learners to visualize, to review what's being taught as well. And as a teacher, you're showcasing your skills. So you're not speaking, you're actually showing your skills, you're showing your knowledge, you're demonstrating your professionalism and competence as well. So I think a physical demonstration where you are solely taking charge is a fantastic way to support visual learners. It shows your expertise and confidence. And I think it's a great hallmark of a teacher to do a physical demonstration first, then get learners to replicate you and your skills rather than the other way around. So learners aren't feeling scared or anxious if they are thrown in the deep end and they're told to demonstrate something. So you, as a teacher, you perform the correct technique for the learners to follow as well. In terms of the strengths of nonverbal, I think it enhances relationships. So if you, the teacher, are perhaps performing physical demonstrations, it shows your subject knowledge, it gives them confidence in you, and I think that it enhances relationships as well. So once again, going back to the first aid course, if learners see myself demonstrating CPR on a mannequin, they can see actually the teacher is actually performing these skills, they're getting involved, they're showing how it's done, and it really brings the teacher down to the learner level. So everyone's in the same boat, that the teacher is stepping up out of their comfort zone. And I think it builds that rapport. And once again, it's sort of a good way for learners to kind of see how it's performed, as mentioned there. Hand signals, they are quick, they are effective, they're quicker than speaking to learners as well. Giving a nodding gesture, it shows active engagement, to say, well done, what you're doing is correct. It provides, as mentioned, that reassurance, supportive nature. The learners don't necessarily need to be told that they're doing things correctly. So I think non-verbal, it helps to keep the attention of the group, and it doesn't distract the learner. So if there is a quiet setting, and if you, the teacher, are walking around the classroom and you're giving a thumbs up or a hand signal, it doesn't distract the other learners from perhaps their coursework. So you're giving good advice and feedback there. With non-verbal feedback, as we know, it can be easily misinterpreted. So this is an issue. So as a teacher, you just need to be mindful of your body language, your facial expressions. You could be happy with the learners, but if you're not showing that, facial expressions, they could be worried or anxious. So you have to think about the language that you're conveying with non-verbal communication as well. I do think that with hand signals, they're clear, it's universally understood, accepted with certain hand signals, but with facial expressions, with your body language, your posture, it could be easily misinterpreted. If you're not giving learners eye contact, then they might think you're not interested in them. So you have to be super careful when performing non-verbal communication, that you're conveying the correct signals to your learners as well. So within this section, once again, I would like a paragraph on each in terms of level of detail. Yeah, I'll be interested to find out which two communication method examples you go for non-verbal, the strengths of those, and also the limitation, or what do you find is a potential consideration when using your non-verbal communication method. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this given you enough support and clarity on how to answer this, and I look forward to reading your assignment answers. Thank you so much.